The coast has just been kind of an important place for me just in general. I think it's good to have a connection to the area and the ocean, really, the sea, when you're doing this kind of food. I think it's just a nice thing to feel connected to your environment, I guess. So I'm just putting on what people wear in Portland every day, right? We tend to go down to the beach once a week to do our foraging. The stuff that we forage for at the coast is really to finish out a dish. It revolves around the seafood and the sauce that we're doing, and sometimes we use the stuff that we get becomes a sauce too. So it's just kind of whatever flavor profile we're looking to achieve. Throughout the little pools here, there's various seaweeds, and basically all seaweed's edible. This is the moose knuckle. Good. And all this stuff you can eat right out of the water too. So the barnacles are usually out further and they're up underneath the rocks. We'll go pop a couple of those off. We got the chisel here. Gooseneck barnacles are a delicacy in Spain. They're called percebes there, and they're pretty abundant on our coastline. We're not technically allowed to use them for restaurant use, but we do use them for personal use, and they're very simple to prepare. Court bouillon with lemon, onions, some thyme, garlic. Poach them off in there, pull an hour later of skin off, which is a really tough exterior, and they're very flavorful. It's like a cross between crab and clam. There's a bunch of sea lettuce all over here. I'm gonna grab some kombu down here too so we can cook with it for making kelp stock. So all these mussels on here are edible. They're 100% sustainable in the way that, like, if you grab one that's not one that you want to take, you can just push them back into the rocks and they'll just reattach themselves. Varnished clams are an invasive species that we have on our coastline, and they're not very good cooked. They're best raw. Shuck them, just use the foot. Tend to make like ceviches out of them, dress them with a good amount of citrus and some pretty aggressive flavors as far as that goes. But they're, again, a very tender clam, really nice ocean flavor. That should be enough. Yeah. I think we got what we need as far as for the restaurant goes. Yeah. A majority of the reason why we go down there is for seaweed. Good ocean flavor, good texture. There's a lot of different things you can do with them. It's a very versatile ingredient to use for flavoring. The fish is kind of the star of the plate. When we build a dish, it's always revolved around the piece of fish that we're using or the seafood that we're using. Everything's kind of thought of as, what are we going to garnish this with? What's the flavor profile? And that's how we build it. I just want people to really be able to see the infinite amount of things that you can do with seafood. Everybody has kind of their idea of what seafood is and what they like and what they don't like, but I don't think they've really been able to experience the breadth of what is available, and that's kind of what we try to do.